Obviously, your boy is back home. So you're probably wondering, where's the community day video for Long Beach? Don't worry, it's coming this Wednesday. So don't miss it, even though there's issues with it. But I will get to that in that video. But regarding this video, we got some important news to talk about. So let's get straight into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. It's your boy True Inferno. Today's day is Monday, November the 14th. And even though we got the Greed and Glutton event going on right now for another few days, the Team Rocket Takeover event is live right now. But before we get to the midst of it, referring to the lineup that the leaders will be using, we got some disclaimers that we need to get out the way. So the first disclaimer is this. As you can see over there, and this is my game right here, you should see a completed special research task called Field Notes Team Go Rocket. And in case you can't locate it, it's underneath Anniversary Event Research and above Field Notes Story. So this was back during the season of Go. This was the last Team Go Rocket special research where you could got a super rocket radar and encounter wherever legendary shadow legendary that was under Giovanni's control. That's the special research right there. That was a season ago. Now, you probably ask yourself, well, wait a minute. What is that? So that, ladies and gentlemen, is a glitch. So if you were to complete this first page, it's gonna change to the correct title, which is the Ultra Beast Protection Fiasco, something about Ultra Beast Protection. I don't remember the name of it exactly. Ultra Beast Protection Efforts, that's the name of it. I had to look just to make sure. I couldn't remember the name, but yeah. And also, it's not 6 pages, it's 4 pages. So once you get done with this, you're gonna change from this to Ultra Beast Protection Efforts on page 2 of 4. So if you see this and you know you completed this a season ago, don't worry, you should be straight. So I would highly recommend you come down here, you double check to make sure you complete it in case you're not sure or not. And again, it should be next to Field Notes Story and Anniversary Event Research. So, and because again, it was all part of the season ago. So there you go with that. Now, another glitch that was going on, or was reported about it, is that the new shiny shadow Pokemon, they haven't been showing up. They haven't been popping up. So if you, and I have, as of me recording this, I have no clue they solved that issue or not. I don't know. If you have gotten 1 to 3 new shadow shiny Pokemon, let me know in the comment section below. By you letting me know this, that means they fixed the issue. If nobody says anything in the comment section below, it's more likely because either they didn't fix the issue, or not a lot of people watch this video to the point where they could actually let us know in the comment section below. But nevertheless, let me know in the comment section below if you have one of the new shadow shiny Pokemon already from the 3 Team Go Rocket leaders. So there you go with that. And another TM is this, another disclaimer is this, and that is to TM the move Frustration Array. So you have this entire event to do so. So all you gotta do is, let's keep it with the game open. All you have to do is go into your Pokemon storage and type at, the at symbol, and then the word frustration. And boom, there it is right there. So it's gonna show every single Pokemon, Shadow, every single Pokemon that you have that know the move frustration. Ignore that Madness Zone, I'm gonna get rid of that soon. But anywho, all these Pokemon right here know the move frustration. And obviously to get rid of the move, you just go here, pick one of the Pokemon, you go here, go to your items, you go to charge TM, get rid of frustration. Yes, we don't want it to know it, and then boom, it's gone. It's that simple. You don't need to use Elite TM for that. So there you go with that. Another disclaimer is, on that note, now is the time to take your Shadow Teddiursalas and TM the move Frustration Array. So if you did what I advised you to do prior to Teddiursala Community Day, again, that video is coming soon, and not evolve your Shadow Teddy unless you don't care about the move High Horsepower, you should now TM the move Frustration Array and then wait for next month's Community Day weekend long fiasco to evolve your Teddiursala all the way up to Ursaluna, and then it will know the move High Horsepower. So you will get a Shadow Ursaluna, regular or shiny, that will know the move High Horsepower. So there you go with that. And of course, Shadow Mewtwo is back. Very important right there, because that is the best attacker in the game. You know, attack stats is off the charts. So if you want a better IV one, you have multiple super rocket radars on you. Now is the time to use those. Now is the time to use those. So now we're gonna move on over to my party. So I'm gonna show you guys what Pokemon you should use against the 3 Team Go Rocket leaders and Giovanni himself. So let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into it. So the first one we're gonna look at is Arlo's team. So he's gonna lead off with Mawile, which is one of the 3 new Shadow Pokemon that can be shiny. And it got some use in Great League, but you know, there's better options out there, but it do got some use in Great League. The Shadow version, I don't know about that one. The regular, yeah, got some use. The Shadow, I don't know. It's a bit risky on my end because of the whole fire being super effective against the fiasco. But Mawile is what Arlo will be using. After that, it's gonna either be Charizard, Salamence, or Staraptor. And then he's gonna end up with using Dragonite, Granbull, or Scizor. Now, my squad is Moltres, Rhyperior, and Roserade. Now, you probably wondering why am I using that. So here's the deal. Now, with Mawile, since it's also weak to fighting, you would think Lucario would be best here, right? Well, here's the problem. Lucario would be weak to Charizard, Salamence, Staraptor, and Dragonite, and it will receive a lot of damage for Granbull. Granted, it won't be super effective. You know, it won't take super effective damage for Granbull because Lucario is a metal type, and metal is resilient against Fairy, but Fairy is super effective against fighting, so you get the point. But I decided to go with Moltres because Moltres is not only good against Mawile, it is also good against Scizor. So keep that in mind as well. So if you do have to deal with Scizor, bring the Moltres back out and you should be straight. Now, regarding those 4 flyers that I talked about, that's where Rhyperior comes to play. Rhyperior is super effective against heavily super effective against Charizard and Staraptor, and it will also be super effective against Salamence and Dragonite. But with the Dragonite, there is a bit of a risk. Okay, if that Dragonite knows superpower, then yeah, your Rhyperior will be in trouble. So keep that in mind as well. Now, if you want to play it really safe, you could roll with an electric type user. That will work against Charizard and Staraptor. I'm not sure about Salamence and Dragonite because of the whole dragon thing. So I'm not sure if you want to roll with that. Or you could go with a Pokemon that have water and ice moves. So the water would be good against Charizard and the ice move would be good against the other 3. So if you want to roll with that, so in that case, Kyogre would be your best bet, especially if you have Blizzard and Surf. You can roll with that. But I'm gonna, risk it and roll with the Rhyperior. Now, you probably wondering what's with the Roserade. Now, the Roserade, this Roserade have the Fire move Weather Ball, or the Fire version of Weather Ball. So that would be good against Scizor. But if you have to deal with Granbull, that's where the Poison moves would come to play. So that's why I'm rolling with this squad. I may switch out that Rhyperior and bring in Kyogre, because mine do have Blizzard and Surf. So that may be the better play for me. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Moving on to Cliff's team. Cliff's team will lead off with the most useful Shadow Shiny Pokemon out of the 3. That is Machop, though it is the ugliest. But this thing is extremely useful in Go Battle League, especially Ultra League and Match League, and it's very useful in raids. So if you get yourself a good IV Shadow Shiny, you're in business. So after that, he's gonna then bring in either Pinsir, Crobat, or Amoonguss, and he's gonna end with Aerodactyl, Tyranitar, or Cramorant. Now, for Cliff, I'm gonna lead off with a Mewtwo, but not just any Mewtwo. Oh no! A Mewtwo that knows Psycho Cut, Focus Blast, and Ice Beam. Why those 3 moves? So with Psycho Cut, not only is it effective against Machop, but it will also be effective against Crobat because of the poison type, Amoonguss because of the grass type as well. And then, of course, with the Focus Blast, in case it's your last Pokemon left and you have to deal with a Tyranitar, Focus Blast that thing, even though Tyranitar will be super effective against you if it knows Bite and or Crunch. But yeah, Focus Blast will knock out that Tyranitar. Now, in terms of the Ice Beam, that's for the Crobat, that's for the Amoonguss, and that is for the Aerodactyl, and it may work on the Cramorant and Tyranitar as well. I'm not 100% sure on those, so don't quote me on that. But Mewtwo got a lot of variety with those moves. So play around with the moves, because it also can know Thunderbolt, and I believe it can also know a Fire move as well. The Thunder would be good against Crobat and Aerodactyl. The Fire would be good against Pinsir and Amoonguss, assuming it does know that move. Again, don't quote me off the top of my head. But yeah, a Mewtwo with Shadow Ball, no, that's not gonna work here. Now, moving on, Moltres again. Moltres would be good against Pinsir or Amoonguss. So that's why, and well, not against Crobat, but Pinsir or Amoonguss, the Moltres will work here. And then I got the Surf Blizzard Kyogre, which would be good against, well, the Blizzard part would be good against Amoonguss and Crobat. And then, of course, the Surf moves would be good against Aerodactyl, Tyranitar, and Kramer. So that Kyogre is mostly for the closer, while the Moltres will be for either the Pinsir or the Amoonguss. But if you get a Crobat, then your Mewtwo should be alive, and you should be able to knock it out with your Quick Attack move leading into the Ice Beam. Now, let's get on to Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn squad looks like this. You're gonna lead off with Sableye, which is the best looking Shadow Shiny Pokemon there is. Now, this thing is extremely good in Go Battle League and Great League to be exact. Now, because I already got a Shadow Sableye that have good PvP stats, I don't feel like going through that notion of trying to get a Shadow Shiny version for PvP purposes. It was just to be collected. So once I get the Shadow Shiny Machop, I'm going for this one next just to have it. And then after the Sableye, she's gonna bring in either Flygon, Cacturne, or Honchkrow. And then she's gonna close with either Snorlax, Eel, Houndoom, or Credilli. So this is an interesting one because with Sableye, it's only super effective or weak against Fairy. But there's no quick Fairy move because the objective here is to knock out the shields. Which is why I highly recommend you use Lucario here with the Power Punch. You can get to it very quickly, even though you won't be super effective against it. Get to it very quickly, get rid of her shields, and then you bring in your Togekiss that have 2 Fairy moves, a Quick Attack Fairy move and a Charge Attack Fairy move. And hopefully yours have Flamethrower as well. I'll explain why in a second. So the Togekiss should knock out the Sableye very quickly. And because of the Fairy moves, it will also do damage against Flygon. And I believe Cacturne, yes, because it is Dark type as well. And Honchkrow, because it is Dark type as well. And at the end, Houndoom, because it is Dark type as well. Now in terms of that Flamethrower, Cacturne will be, yeah, we'll take the damage for that as well. And then of course, if your Lucario is still alive, you can use that against the Snorlax, the Houndoom, the Credilli, and even the Cacturne. But just in case, bring in a backup fighter like Machop that also have Rollout, or you know, the Rock Smooth, whatever it's called, Rock Smash, Rollout, whatever it's called. I don't remember what it's called at the top of my head. Rock Slide. So not only should you have a Charge Attack fighting move for the Cacturne, the Snorlax, and the Houndoom, and the Credilli, but try to give it a Rock Slide for the Honchkrow in case you find yourself in that predicament. So there you go with that. Now we're gonna look at Giovanni's squad. So you know, this is the usual. He's gonna lead off with the good old person. So Lucario, your best bet here with the Power Punch, so you can make him use the shields and he gonna get the buff. And then after that, he gonna either bring in Nidoqueen, Steelix, or Rhyperior. All 3 weak to ground and water. But Rhyperior is double weak to water, so I would highly recommend Swampert that have a Hydro Cannon. Now where they have a secondary charge move like Earthquake, or even if your Quick Attack move is the Mud move, then that's fine as well. But nevertheless, like what's that move anyway? What's the Swampert move? The Swampert move is, yeah, Mud Shot, that's what I mean. So nevertheless, you want it to have Hydro in it, and it would be good against any one of those 3 right there. And then of course, you got the Mewtwo, and I highly recommend you use Dark types here. Bug won't be strong enough, even though it'll be super effective, but it won't be strong enough. Ghost, you gotta worry about, depending on what the Ghost is, you have to worry about the Shadow Ball. And if you think about Gengar, you have to worry about the fact that Gengar is also Poison type, and it will be weak against the Psychic moves as well for Mewtwo. So, Dark. I highly recommend you use Dark. So like a Bite and Crunch rather, Tyranitar, you know, a Yveltal, maybe a Hydreigon, which is what I'll be using, or a Darkrai will also work here as well. So those are the Pokemon I would recommend you use against Giovanni, and those are the Pokemon I recommend you should use against the Team Go Rocket leaders as a whole. So there you have it. That's all the advice I can give for you guys. Now, if you reach this portion of the video, I can't talk today, type in the comment section, rivalry. Because once upon a time, me and Giovanni had that rivalry, but now it's over because I can easily defeat Giovanni with ease. That rivalry is over. So in the comment section, type the word rivalry if you meet this point of the video. If you reach this point of the video. Did I say meet this point? But whatever. 2 more announcements that I have for you guys. The first one is this. This Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be having a Beat album release stream / party. So remember, my newest beat album, the Kyoto Hour's Third Best Hour, dropped this Friday at midnight. And you can pre-order that album here at trueinferno.bandcamp.com. Pre-orders are now available. So whether you pre-order it or you want to wait for the album to drop, it will only cost you $3 measly. But if you pre-order the album, you will get one of those tracks for free in your email. So don't forget about the beat album release party. Again, that would be this Thursday starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be counting down to midnight playing something. It won't be Scarlet and Violet, but we will be playing something going into midnight. And it may be, part of a community night, or I may do something solo. But nevertheless, we're going to celebrate the release of the album. Now, Friday, we're going to be celebrating the release of Scarlet and Violet because at 4 o'clock, I will be live playing one of those two games. So that would be going on from 4 o'clock to, let's say, 7:30 p.m. This is all Eastern Time, obviously. Now, that would be on Twitch, twitch.tv/true_inferno. So join me for my Scarlet and Violet adventure on Friday. So there you go with that. And then after that, I'm going to get pizza, watch wrestling. And depending on who might be playing that game later on that night, I will try to see if I can get in on some co-op adventure in Scarlet and Violet. And, obviously keep it locked on Twitter to see who will let me join up and see who, I can get in with some co-op adventures with. And then obviously I will let you guys know on Twitter, be like, yo, join me in this stream. We doing some co-op adventures, things of that nature. Saturday, I will be playing Scarlet and Violet as well. So there you go with that. Now, I'm going to call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know what this is. This is boy New Jack Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah. Subscribe. Thanks, man. After you subscribe to the channel, make sure you click the bell icon so you never miss a new video or a live stream ever again. Thanks, guys.
Blue is the trainer, articulating paint. With my tongue, I done things that people said I can't. Now they rank 'em with the elite, but it's for the people, and victory is part of defeat. Cause when you get back on your feet, then you try again. Learn from mistakes, show 'em that I got what it takes, and I'm dying to win. I'ma hit and move away.